Hey everybody, before we get started, I just want to remind you this is brought to you by our patrons like Aga Comics, Qua, Jeremy Vasquez, Kylie Denton, Nestor Flores, and Sodasan0424. If you like what we do and want to see us do more, consider supporting us on Patreon. You can get access to episodes early and lots of other goodies, and it will help us out. Thank you for your support, everybody.
Thank you.
And welcome to Let's Talk FGO, everybody. This episode is brought to you by Stalling. Yes, Stalling. It works for more than just your FGO battles. I'm stall number 1, Omega, and with me is stall number 2, Lucky.
Hey everyone, I hope you're enjoying Fate Grand Order, aka what happens after the grinding stops? More grinding. And while we here at Studio Omega like to bring you the latest in FGO related news and memes, we will be talking about current and future events for both the JP and EM version of the game, so anyone not wanting spoilers should go grind for more crates and Girls Frontline.
Yeah, I had the very unfortunate mathematical realization that I don't think I can hit the minimum crates for UMP40 at this stage, because there's like 10 days left and you can only get 50 crates a day, and I'm like, wait, shit, that's not enough crates.
Did you make sure to count the 120 you get from beating the final map?
I'm not going to beat the final map, no. I can't grind crates and also grind to beat the final map. So that's what I mean, it's not mathematically possible. Like, what is that, like 100? 200? How many is it?
120.
Yeah, that's 2 extra days, and I'm probably gonna lose a couple of days doing the grinding. I don't think it'll work out.
I just realized, for my ascent, I just have to do 1-3, like, 17 times, and I can get it done in 2 turns. Because, what I realized is, once you get the crate, you get the crate. If you, restart or terminate mission, you still get those crates. So, if you have one good echelon, and you can run a quick roll through, you can get it done in a couple minutes. It's just more of a matter of keep on that.
Anyway, that's something we'll talk more about on What's Up in Future.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's we're FGO's in kind of a grindy place, but kind of not. You know, it depends on what you feel like doing.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I mean, the way AP is, it can get hard to grind out some stuff. But I may or may not be doing crate runs while we do the show.
I might probably do crate runs as well until it tells me I get no more crates.
But yeah, let's go ahead and check in with everybody's favorite Kohai, Mash.
Senpai, 起きてください.
That's right, everybody. It's time for Wake the Fuck Up Senpai, our regular segment for pro tips. Got a couple of quick ones today. First off, hunting quests are dropping lots of EXPs too. It's a decent replacement for, like, it's not the same obviously as an XP daily, but it's similar. And you can get some unusual patterns, like you can get out of the current one, like Assassin and Archer, which isn't the usual combo. So, like, you can spread out your XPs, that's pretty neat, get some extra stuff in there. Multitask your grinding. And the second is, as a reminder, since we're in a new block of rank up quests, rank ups do give 1 Saint Quartz, if you didn't know that already. And there will have future rewards tied to completing them. I'm trying to remember, I think even at some point they might jump to 2 Saint Quartz per? Like, there's also the special master missions, which we'll be getting in a few months, which will eventually be like, and if you every 10 rank ups you do, you get 10 Saint Quartz. Crazy stuff like that. So, like, think about it. Lucky you don't even need to despair. The new ones are, like, shorter. They're only, like, everyone so far has only been, like, 3 pips. And they're half AP. The joke being that Lucky doesn't like to do rank ups because they're really boring and they take a long time. And he's not wrong.
They do. Yeah.
I hope the 3-pip method is consistent going forward.
Yeah. It'd be, I said, like, every day, well, I won't say every day, but, quite often I go, like, alright, let me see if I can do a rank up, and I just look at 6 to 5 pips of, like, high-level enemies, I'm just like,
Is dull.
I have the stroke. It's dull. Yep. So, unfortunately, guys, just because we were kind of in this weird spot in, JP and NA, we don't have a super lot to talk about today.
Yeah, I probably should have tabbed over to FGO to double check, but I don't think I've max ascended anybody lately. I'm working on a few.
No.
We're finally getting Kazgil up there, got some other stuff going on. Did I... Actually, wait, no, yeah, I got one that I didn't write down. I just remembered. I did actually protect BB's Smile, got her to her max ascension finally.
Yay.
I did actually get all my missions done. Hey, guess what? Grinding Bond's really easy. At least for the first 5. But other than that, nothing impressive yet. And nothing terrible has happened, because I don't think either of us is really rolling.
Nope. Actually, a few people in our community Discord have been like, hey, Lucky, what you saving for? I'm like, all of Summer 2. And they're like, all of it. I'm like all of summer too. So
Yeah, and guys, you should know by now what I'm saving for.
mm-hmm. This time Omega will be vengeance rolling.
Well, something like that. I don't know. I don't know if I got a full blown vengeance in me, but we'll make some effort. And I got some tickets that I'm completely saving tickets because I've got everything I really want off this read up.
Yeah.
Well, technically in the notes, JP is first, so let's go ahead and really quickly cover them. It'll be real quick because it's a JP story event. So we've got the investigation at the dubious Meiho residence from 5:15 to 5:29. It's a fun little narrative event like Murder at the Kogetsukan. It seems to be movie themed. Like the description is like in a little singularity, which is like the world of movies. Blah blah blah. It comes with a Jolter, Tristan and Salieri raid up, so that's pretty cool. Jolter getting a rando raid up in an event. That's neat. She is still a very in-demand unit, but otherwise nothing really new. It's just a little fun thing that looks like it's going to take, what is that, a week and a half, couple weeks? Let's see, 15, 29. So 2 weeks exactly. Because I guess Lost Belt 4 is not ready yet.
People are trying to get that bit.
No, like, when I joked about stall earlier, this was mostly what I was talking about. Like, this is, especially with the class-based campaign that just came out and won't end for a while, like, everybody's like, okay, you're clearly softballing us here, you know? Do you have you've done, you know, a Valentine's, you did a new collab, which was shocking everybody. Like, okay, but there's a story to this game, right? Like, it's been since November, I think, was Lost Belt 3?
I don't know.
It was sometime last year, and I don't think it was necessarily super late. Like, it wasn't late December last year. It was pre-Christmas.
I don't know. I would say that the Tokugawa Live one was actually pretty.
That's true. That one turned out to be kind of like, it was very much framed a lot like how Epica, well, a lot like how CCC was, honestly, like a time-sensitive secret story event, but still, like,
people are waiting for their mainline content.
Right that's still a stall, and also that was unusual in that it was like a lot of events. It wasn't a big servant push. There was just one release, which was like, oh hey, Kama's here, she's cool and new, and then the rest of these characters are reruns, but you really like them because you were waiting for that Kiara rerun. But still, it was like it wasn't a big new content push.
Yeah. So yeah,
like with a Lost Belt, you can usually expect, or like most story releases, you're looking at like 2 summon banners, probably minimum a couple new 5 stars, and probably new 4 stars as well. Some of which will be story locked, spread throughout. Maybe you'll get lucky and get a new 3-star kind of thing. So it's like there's a big blob of servants in a short time frame of like a couple of weeks when you get a major story release, and people are like, all right, it's coming. Where's it going? Though, that said, I am reminded, I don't know, the problem is I don't remember if this conversation was on mic or not, but in our last collab video, or episode with Voice, number 70, at the beginning of the year, we were talking about how there was that recent Nasu interview, and people are super concerned that he's gonna, you know, crash the servers with no survivors in a plane into the Marianas Trench, which will then explode. But, that he had read that the original writing team of FGO had content planned for up to 5 years. We're only coming up on the 4th year anniversary, so if they're planning on, like, stretching out the plot to last 5 full years, they may be stalling a little bit. So I don't know. That, like, if that is their actual, if they did have a literal 5-year plan, and, like, part 2 and all that wraps up, and a lot of the Type Moon team can leave and go do other stuff, is gonna wrap it about the 5-year point.
It always makes you wonder, it always makes you wonder, it's like, what's at the end game for Fate Grand Order? Is it one point they're just gonna stop doing story and just do nothing but reruns, special events?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, we'll have to see what Aniplex and Delightworks want to do. Because they'll be driving, like we said at the time, and have said several times when people have discussed this, this thing makes way too much money and is way too successful to just Nasu's gonna write a pretty little story ending, and well, it was secretly about the storytelling. I mean, it is about the storytelling, but you know it's not, right? Like,
yeah,
like the design is not necessarily just, oh well, the story wrapped and now we're done. That's not really how these sort of games are written. And I know that FGO is kind of unusual in how it handles story, and that was the focus that brings a lot of people in. But the style of the game, I don't think will allow itself to just be like, oh, well, my hands are washed, I wrote the story, it's a pretty low conclusion, nothing else can ever happen, I'm not touching these characters again. And they'll be like, okay, Mr. Nasu, but you understand, we're making...
That's a lie.
Billions of dollars. And also, you're fucking wrong, you just feel like that because you get tired of writing people. It's why nothing ever happens with Nameless and Artoria, you asshole. Like, literally, I think that's it. I think Nasu just got tired of writing those characters. He likes to say, oh, those stories are done, there's nothing more you can write about those characters. What he means is, I don't want to write those characters anymore. Which is why, sadly, a lot of them get so little focus, and it hurts a lot. Anyway, like I said, I don't know what they'll decide the post-game world is like. Because with the premise of the game, there's still so much, like, in all the little dumb events we do, collabs and not, you know? Mm-hmm. And also there are future collabs. I don't know where story arc-wise Strange Fake is, but I feel like I don't think Strange Fake is necessarily going to conclude in the next couple of years. Which means, hey, there's an entire collab that FGO wouldn't get to do if it just ended. So yeah, I don't know if that's like, okay, we're gonna do FGO 2, we're gonna, like, revamp the app, we're gonna reset everything. I think they're gonna have to be very careful if they do that, because A, people have spent a lot of money and just being like, well, your money's no good anymore after 5 years. Right, like, that's just gonna suck. Like, what they should do is they should phrase it like a lot of these long-running games do with expansions and reboots, and be like, okay, you're gonna need the new version of the app, the new UI, whatever, but the server stored all your data, so we'll remember all your units, and you can continue to play basically your old account in the new content, because that's just how we do. Like I know with, like, WoW, for instance, because that's always an example of, I think of, like, that's a game that's super successful and super popular that has lasted a long time with a regularly paying model. As far as I understand, WoW, when they do release a new big update, you can usually buy a character who's all set up and ready to jump in at your newest and whatever latest stuff. If you're actually current and have been playing the game the whole time, you can just take your old characters and jump into the new content. I feel like that would be probably the best way to handle a quote-unquote FGO2, and be like, listen, we don't want to, like, devalue, A, all the money you've given us, and B, all the time and, like, story investment you have as your self-insert character, because that's the whole point of the thing, right? That would just devalue people's enjoyment of the game. So we need to revamp, but we're going to continue to do this stuff. And also, FGO stores so much data server side. Like, there's no reason besides naked greed for them to, like, strike your units and start over. Like, they have all your data flags. Now, obviously, there may be some weirdness with the way they are, but if they could just build a fucking account system, that'd be fine.
Twitter binding win, please, thanks.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Artemis, I know you still need the level suitable, but if you have played continuously and are at level cap, you can just jump into the new stuff if you're, like, you know, continuing through the thing. So, like, there's a lot of that sort of feel, I think, to it, like, where if you're up to date, you can just jump right in. And I don't know, like, there's all kinds of stuff, like, there's lots of long-term questions to kind of answer stuff and figure things out, and, like, I don't know, like, they could just have Chaldea do its job, because kind of like, Epic of Remnant is kind of you doing your job, right? Like, they're thematically related to previous elements, but the world isn't necessarily going to end. That was actually a whole huge point of Shinjuku, was like, there's no stakes here. This timeline will be naturally pruned anyway later. The only reason why it matters is because it's the whole setup to be like, oh, we're going to get you specifically. Like, that is a very personal stake, and that's super well written. We'll see how future ones. I think we got like a month or so until Agartha comes out.
I don't know. Don't we have Onigashima and Rashomon before we hit Agartha?
Yes, we have 2 reruns before we do Agartha.
Yeah, but if I remember correctly, they're going to be shortened reruns, though. They're going to be those rerun lights, if I remember.
Yeah, they're going to be light reruns. They'll probably only run like 10 days as opposed to the full 2 weeks, and the raids will be expedited. Yeah. Also, the Rashomon raid, anyway, will be physically expedited by the fact that we have a lot more units now than we didn't.
Everyone flex your servants.
Yeah, get ready to flex. And get ready to see lots of posts and videos and tweets of people Jolter Merlin flexing.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't do that last time. Yeah.
Speaking about things flexing, we didn't write it down, but right now, Anime Central's going on, and
Oh yeah, that's right. We didn't write it down because we probably should have, but there's going to be a panel tomorrow. I decided not to delay the show because, shocker of shockers, they actually just went out and were like, no, the 6 million downloads for us, we'll talk about that in a second. 6 million downloads is happening right after CCC ends. Here's all the details.
Boom.
I think somebody in the comments, I don't remember which one it was, I'm sorry, I'm not looking at it right now, said that they predict that maybe that we'll get like a lead up to Rashomon announced at the panel.
Yeah,
We'll see what happens. I think there are going to be a few different people out there. I know we've got a guy on the floor right now doing we got a community member doing the sticker hunt and stuff. So I don't know if he's going to be there both days to see the panel. Maybe we'll see if we can get some of that. And hopefully they'll do like they did last time and record the panel. And even if they post it later, they still record it and post it.
Yeah, it's a Moga Alter, I believe.
Yeah.
Who's out and about.
But yeah, so that's tomorrow, and we'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's going around. FGO USA Tour is looking strong. And I'm glad that things are still going.
Doing good.
Doing good. I'm always worried that like something's gonna happen. It's like, all right, this is no longer feasible. We have to stop. And I'm just like, no. But no, we're doing good. So that's one worry alleviated. But speaking of the 6 million downloads, we do have all the deets on that. It's being the 6 million downloads being headed up by Ishtar. It's basically a login streak bonus of 6s of things. Ishtar returns on a Bower along with Quetz, Orion, Medusa Lily, Steno, Gorgon, Urale, and Jaguar Man. So basically, the Babylonia ladies plus Medusa. Plus,
another person phrased it as it's like all the goddesses.
Yeah,
who exist at the moment anyway. We'll have some future action in that regard.
That is true. Now that I think about it, I'm just trying to think if there's like any other goddesses that are like missing. And I'm just like,
not that are in the game yet.
Yeah. Huh. Cool. So it's a goddess right up. I didn't know that. Cool. But we also got the new 3-star CEs, including Armless Shinji.
Which, at least in the announcement, they didn't translate, which I thought was really weird. Like, has anybody rolled it to confirm? But in the announcement, it was like something weird. It was untranslated Japanese, and I'm like, why? Was that you get to write it? Was that so hard?
Yeah, as that. I haven't rolled. I haven't thrown a damn thing. Like, I'm gonna try and have like 30 plus
I only
tickets.
just changed my name back from 7 Sathenos. I don't need to change it back to 8 Sathenos. Okay, I'm good. I already got a Gorgon. I got a Ketz. I have an Ishtar. Okay, sure.
Yes,
you can get some free Jaguarmans, but You
are now Omega Megadome, owner of the Omegadale Megadome.
Yeah, that's probably a what's up story, but that was just we dicked around too much and people got too silly, and I'm like, somebody basically mentioned Dinkelberg, and I'm like, okay, if you're Dinkelberg, I want to be Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimmadome. And then I was just like, yep. And I don't know why, but there's apparently a Doug Dimmadome image where he's basically dabbing. I don't know if that was intentional and like recent or just he happened to be in a funny pose or something, but it's like an actual screenshot, and I'm like, I'm there. That's my new avatar. And now I'm Omega Megadome, owner of the Omegadale Megadome. Say that 5 times fast, guys.
Yep. As I think that joke came around for somewhere about a Dimmadab or something, but I can't remember.
Yeah, whatever. There's a lot of Doug Dimmadome memes, which, if you think about it, like, that was the kind of stuff that was basically made for, like, proto-memes, proto-internet memes, where just something funny happens on a cartoon and TV, and you just, like, you understand that this is intrinsically funny, and you can repeat the joke. So it's like, hey, y'all, have you seen the Doug Dimmadome episode? And it's like, and it's just a dumb back and forth. And there's a great edit, too,
like,
where he's like,
Fairly Odd Parents was, like, amazing. There's a lot of memes you get from there. Like, this is where I would keep my thing, if I had one. Like, that's another big one.
Yeah, we used that a lot. Back before you had Atlante, there was a whole image edit I made just for that.
And it got me salty every time.
Well, where were we? We were in 6 million, so.
Yep, I'll keep going. So, continuing with 6 millions, we also have new interludes for Helena, Jean, Flat the Third, and Bren.
I did Jean's interlude already. That's literally the only one I can do. I haven't had a lot of chance to use it yet, but it's cool.
I did it. Like, I did it, and I had a solid keck, I would say.
Well, yeah, there's considering that it turns out that Mephistopheles was behind it the whole way. There's some great stuff in there.
I think the best, like, so I'm not gonna go too deep into it, but what made me like almost, which almost had me rolling, was basically in the first pip, you and John get on a boat, and there's pirates, and they are just talking about Amazons, Tan.
Let's see,
abs.
well, I know it's been posted somewhere in here, but is it somewhere where I can fucking find it?
I don't know. It's like I'm not gonna lie, our Let's Talk FGO chat is literally our most active chat.
Yeah, they bump pretty fast. Unfortunately, I don't think it's in. No, spoiler text is all.
Like, if you let me scroll.
Here's the thing. Now that we have spoiler tags, we've gotten like layers of spoilers. So people go into spoiler channels to talk about Game of Thrones, but then they sub-spoil themselves just in case people like aren't caught up like us and stuff.
Yeah.
And I honestly don't know if I'm gonna get caught up because a lot of people are like, "Man, this season's taking a real downturn in quality." I'm like, am I that emotionally invested? Maybe I'll watch it.
I wasn't.
Cool. But, like, so there are sections of people talking about Game of Thrones, which is just, like, blacked out. Like, the same when people were talking about Endgame. But we do have some comments about there is apparently a Romani sighting in the new event because it's a flashback. Like, it's not, they've actually done it where they're still doing a weird flashback thing. And also, we have a new pretty boy who's appeared, but is not on a banner yet. He calls himself Salazar.
There are what's the word? There are suspicions. But I found the page of Pirate A saying winches, good-looking girls, Amazons, tan abs. My immediate response was, these are monsters of culture.
Yeah, we've
like following
several people were like, we found our people. The joke being that you get to say, oh god, they're just like, you either get to say, I think it's like, they're just like he who will not be named Beard, or are all pirates the same, question mark?
Yeah. And the funny thing about this is when you go into this interlude, you're given the mystery support servant, and I of course be like, oh, who could this be? And I push that. Get into battle, it's fucking Blackbeard. And you're just like, what?
I figured it was him. I had him in my back row because I was like, I want to put some people who are going to do some stuff up front, but I was like, a mystery bronzer. It's fucking Blackbeard, isn't it? I'm kind of sad that he didn't get to come out, but it's an interlude.
No, it's also kind of hilarious because after the battle, you're just like, there was something weird there in there for it wasn't. You're just like, whatever. I'm like,
something weird slipped in, didn't it? Don't think about it, Master.
I fucking love Blackbeard. Like, I've said this many times.
Yeah, I feel like the nature of the what gets the NA fan base's goat is a little bit different. So, like, I understand how some people can be annoyed by Blackbeard. The Japanese fan base, from what I understand, just takes his meme lord status in stride and is like, yeah, no, that's funny that he's, referencing shitty internet people. That's hilarious to me. He is certainly embodying certain aspects of the fan base. Whereas I feel like in North America, a lot of people want to be like, either, yo, dude, that's cultural appropriation. That's not true shitpost culture. I'm true shitpost culture. How dare you, Japanese game, make fun of me? Or B, it's like, no, shitpost culture doesn't exist in my game fan base. We don't talk about those people. Those people don't exist. I refuse to acknowledge them. So it's like, you're both wrong. The joke, they can totally make this joke about you because Japanese shitposters are way worse. Yeah. Like, holy shit, the bad people on Japanese internet are, like, savage. Like, when people say savage, you ain't seen nothing. Like, I remember I watched I've talked about this before, I watched a Japanese internet slang video, like, trying to guess it. Some of them were just so shitty and petty, and I'm like, this is apparently classified as slang in that people use these terms multiple times. That's just, wow. So yeah, no, like, first of all, yes, they totally have earned their chops to make those jokes that Albert and Co. can translate. And two, unfortunately, yes, those people do definitely exist, and they play this game, and some of them may spend money on it, so.
Yeah. But, as I said, like Blackbeard, he is my people, and I'm not afraid to say that.
Oh, well, and also, honestly, like I said, I've said this before, and once again, this is probably a deeper topic for What's Up, but, like, I'm of the opinion that you need to be able to laugh or make fun of everything. Mm-hmm. Like, not in every instance. Like, there's a too soon. There's social propriety, right? Like, you shouldn't just throw shit out there to bother people, like what got James Gunn fired for a little bit. But should be able to make light of anything, because that's what comedy is. Comedy is taking dark, shitty things and, like, making them humorous, putting a different spin on them so that you can kind of, like, make light of or relax or just, swallow, because otherwise you just have to deal with the cold, crushing reality that life is pain.
Oh, that's why I haven't done high enough. My bond isn't high enough with her. That's why.
Get that bond up!
Gotta get that bond up.
I don't think I can quite do 1-3 like you can, Lucky. I'm looking at the map right now and I'm like, wait a minute, so supply line, what are the... And then...
Well, no, like, guys, like, here's the thing. All you need is one echelon that can beat black beans. That's all you need.
Yeah, but I'm just looking at the map and I'm like, this is like a supply line. So you just cut the map after you beat up 3 guys?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I get to keep all the crates. Like, you lose, like, depending on your, like...
Okay,
I lose, like, 50...
sorry for the tangent, guys. I'll see how much resources that siphons off of me to retreat.
Like, for me, it's, it takes, like, 50 manpower and, like, 300 ammo and rations.
Alright.
Also, I realized I can't do it because I put both my girls and I put one of my main girls for my first and second echelon in the training. They still got like an hour left. I'm like, damn it!
Rip that skill training. Wow, we're not that I mind, because let's see, we're only just at 30 minutes in, and hey, guess what? After we talk about 6 million downloads, the notes end. I think I can safely predict that this will be a shorter episode, just because at some point we're gonna run out of stuff to talk about. But we're a little unfocused. But honestly, I talked about it being a stall. This is the metagame stall that FGO is doing. We're kind of in a tangenty time. Like, this is the time to go out there and just do some stuff. Yeah.
Well, as I said, like with the hunting quests and let me get through the rest of 6 million downloads.
Just run through this shit.
All right, so Omega, I'm gonna ask you, what is double QF?
Quartz fragments.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I wrote this all in a hurry this morning.
Yeah. So double FP, double QF for this time period, along with ×2 success increases. The login rewards were switched to Fool's Chains. Ya fool. Hunting Quest 3. Actually, do we have a list of what's on Hunting Quest 3?
I can try and scare that up from a different wiki, but no, I have not found a good guide yet. I'll try and find some while you keep talking.
And we also got Rank Up Quest Part 6. In this Rank Up Quest, we have Billy, Sansun, Meb, Astolfo, Siegfried, Serenity, and Boudica.
This, I believe, should be the correct order for their being released in, too.
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna try and knock out Maves, because she is my single target writer to go to, because Ozymandias is still level 1. Please don't hurt me.
Also, we should clarify that that all of these are, as far as I can tell, all of these are NP related. These are all NP buffs.
Oh, that'd be good.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Fandom is really borked right now. The fandom wiki is like super fucked, and the formatting is gross. Let's try Cernopedia.
You see, like, I have, like, again, slightly tangent, but I've, like, the main reason I don't use the FGO wikis is because the only time I'd ever go on them is, like, look up event details, and every time I try to navigate their event pages, I just get completely and utterly fucked. So I'm just like,
Well, yeah, so here's the thing. Grand Order Wiki is good. They have good formatting, they usually have good information. I use them a lot to find, like, art assets and stuff. They're really good about updating all that. But they're slow. They, like, actually wait for official announcements. They wait for, like, official details to be formalized. I don't think they have a lot of staff, so they're a little slow in updating. So, like, they're still back at skeletons on Hunting Quest 3. Like, they haven't added in the other 3. The Fate Grand Order Wikia is a fandom Wikia, and they're, like, good for cutting-edge JP stuff, but not necessarily good for formatting. But like I said right now, at least to me on Google Chrome, fandom Wikias are just fucked right now. Their formatting is gross and, like, super obnoxious. And I don't know why, but it's real fucked. But I managed to go to Cernopedia, and I've found kind of like I've used them to like double check some stuff before. Some of their formatting's a little hard to follow, but what we're looking at is so we're at Centaur right now.
Yeah.
So we did Skeleton for bones, and then we had Centaur for horseshoes. Next up, we've got Daemon Hunt. So we're going to do Demons and Dragons for Dragon Fangs and Hearts. That'll be the next one.
What skill gems will be dropping then?
Let's see, what classes are those guys? That'll be Caster Gold Gems and Rider Blue Gems. And looking at Caster and Rider XPs.
I might have to put some time into that. I need to get, as I said, I need to get Maeve up. I'd like to at least get her to 444.
Yeah, everybody needs a little 444.
Mm-hmm.
So after
I feel
that
like
is Manticore. And yeah, 444 is like the industry standard, because that only takes skill gems. That takes no special mats. It doesn't take a gross amount of QP. But yeah, so next is Manticores. And you're also going to get Werewolves, so that's going to be Lanugos and Seeds. You're looking at Gold Rider Gems and Blue Saber Gems, and Saber and Rider XP. Then there's going to be Sphinx Hunt with Yakuzas, I guess. So you get Scarabs and Spinal Fluid. That'll be all three types of... That's a full rainbow. Those are all casters. That's a great day if you need caster shit. And then the final day is Giant Demon Boar Hunt.
Oh god.
With the Basilisk enemies, the little... whatever those stinger-tailed spike-faced guys from Babylonia are. So you can get stingers and gallstones. And it's going to be Lancers and Berserker stuff. So I personally feel like I need to hit up that Sphinx one. Because I'm working on my caster guild right now. And I'll finally have a decent AoE caster. An offensive type. Listen, Liz Caster, you're okay, but you could use a little bit of work. I need the king to come in and flex. I still don't. Other than Medea, who is okay, but goddamn that damage. Oh, poor Medea. Like Medea is a really good choice in events where you can get team party attack multipliers. Otherwise, goddamn, just her power level is way too low.
Yeah, but watch out when you get to events where you give her fucking just attack bonfires. It gets crazy.
Oh yeah, no, I did a lot of work during I think it was Saberfest, where it was just like Saber Wars, where it's just like, yeah, here you go, you got like a plus 200% attack multiplier. Go crazy
and stab again.
And just keep stabbing.
It's just more stabbing.
All right, so that was hunting quests. Jean's interlude, by the way, in case you don't know, is really important. Everybody's been drooling about this over the Discord because it modifies her NP, it removes her self-stun, and makes it so she clears debuffs. It is a super good upgrade.
Yeah. Honestly, Jean might be able to, literally, single stalls just some enemies out with this. Because that's just, he already has an art-focused deck with an art-focused,
Well, so yeah, here's the thing. Now you can NPAA chain. Normally you'd have to do it the other way around, which isn't helpful because she's stunned and she spent all her NP. So now you can do it the other way around. You clear debuffs, you heal, and you can actually spam her goddamn NP, which is amazing.
Yeah. I said, the arts game just got real, yo.
Yeah. And then let's see. I don't know much about the NP upgrades for the rest of these people. I know Boudica's is okay because it modifies what her NP does a little. Mm-hmm. So let me get into rank up part 6 and actually look up some of these characters.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So this upgrades
Artemis says Helena
Boudica.
just got Helena gets extra damage.
Yeah, like
Really
the
nice.
NP interludes are mostly normal, but the rank ups I think change some stuff around. So Boudica adds her overcharge effect to increase allies' attack, making her more pocket mash. That's right. This is where Serenity gets one of her first interesting effects, where her poison damage is strengthened. This isn't yet her skill up though, where she actually increases poison damage. But let's see. So C+, yeah. So this increases her poison damage by a decent chunk, and her damage. So that makes her better. I gotta be real. I feel sorry for a lot of my Hassans. Like I got Serenity. I used 1,000 Personas a lot. Ever since I got Shiki and Jack in there, it's like, I don't need silver. I don't need silver assassins. I'm sorry, Hassans. So Siegfried got a significant damage increase, and also he adds the effect where his NP gain increases by 20% for 3 turns after. So that's pretty good. Let's look at what Astapho's getting an NP upgrade, so let's actually see what that changes vis-a-vis the stats. So that increases the amount of stars he generates on the NP and increases the base damage multiplier. So he goes from like 5 stars at 100% overcharge to 10. Not a huge deal. You're really gonna want those skill upgrades.
Mm-hmm. So I really don't use Astolfo much except for door farming, and I don't do a lot of that.
Yeah, Astolfo is unfortunately a kind of cruddy unit. His just the hit counts and NP gain is so sluggish, and it's just like, why would you bother?
Mm-hmm.
His just underlying stats are kind of shitty. So let's see. Okay, so Maeve gets the basically the same treatment. She gets a free NP interludes worth of damage, which is great. And the enemy debuff resist down that she inflicts goes up by from 10% to 20%.
If I remember correctly, it was mental debuff.
Yeah, it's mental debuffs.
Does. Yeah.
Billy the Kid, the amount of damage and the amount of critical rate he decreases increases. By the way, I don't think we talked about this, but there is actually a special graphic which I don't think was made a lot of deal of. But you will see now critical miss, which means
I saw that actually during the CCC event, and I kept forgetting to ask about it.
Basically, what it means is that's when an enemy would have crit you, but your crit chance reduction removed it. It canceled it.
Oh.
So you can actually tell when crit chance down helps you. And then you can be like,
that's actually really useful. It actually makes you feel like your skills are actually doing something.
Since we talked about everybody else, we'll round this up by talking about how much Sanson improves. We had a little bit of Sanson time in the community over the past week.
It was actually funny because it started off because one of our Discord units posted his casual clothes where he was dressed in like the Oriental style, and you just see how razor thin he is. And it was just like, since when was Sanson such a twink? And we just like, we had to like start pulling up our asses.
Yeah, we had to do some fucking detective work.
It's like, no, he just has a really fucking big coat.
Yeah, no, the coat is like that's what I was like. Have you seen the dude's coat? That's not him. That's all the coat. The coat is huge. Like those are his shoulders.
Even in the real art that makes fun of that, literally just like this block.
Yeah, it's a.
But we actually started like digging into it and like his basically how his like his stats work, and if you actually put him in a like instant death themed team, you know, maybe with like Hassan and Shiki, or even like Skahawk maybe, you might be able to actually proc some instant death chances with him in your group. So again, it's one of those
his own instant death chance is abysmal. It's 30% base. But his rank up gives him a damage increase multiplier, and then also increases the amount of death down he does. The default is from 20 to 30%, which is significant. That's 3 turns of death down. Also, you could theoretically overcharge his ass because he is a bronze servant, so that means his cap is up to 50% down at 500% overcharge. Like, that's a lot.
Crazy.
That's a lot of defense down for 3 whole turns. So yeah,
again,
always appreciate your bronzes, kids.
Yeah, I know. It's like a lot of people, I'm guilty of this too. Put a lot of effort into, you know, your 4 and 5 stars, but you can build some very solid comps with.
Yeah, I'll admit that, like I said, that at least with the assassins I have, I'm like, I don't really, because I have very good high level assassins. You know, like Shiki's great, Jack's great. Jack makes so many goddamn stars. Holy shit. But. Like, I've definitely found uses for lower level ones, and I'm all about that with writers. Like, do I have a good AoE writer? No, I don't think I do. I don't think I don't have a good high rarity one. I'm just like, here, let me take my level 80 Grailed Medusa, who's, you know, been with me since day 1, and just, that'll do. Give her a big CE, she's fine. Her fucking Bloodfort Andromeda is level 10. Do. Like, no, it's like, yeah, that's what I got. Like, now I have a wide selection of single target riders, okay? I've got both Ketz, Maeve, and Ryder Kentucky, so I'm like, I'm fine. That's all fine. No, you need me to beat up multiple guys? I'm like, shit, dude, what do I even... Oh, fuck, I'll just throw some Medusa at it.
Yeah, I'm
Crush him with your thighs!
Like, I'm kind of spoiled, like... I think I have, like, an SSR, for, like, basically all classes. I have an SR, right, SR, excuse me, I can do words. I have an AoE and single target SSR for all classes, I think. I don't think I'm actually missing any. And it's kind of biting me in the butt because, Jesus fucking Christ, they need resources like the... Ooh.
Well, hey, I want to mention this because I forgot about it, and actually it wasn't in my notes. But hey, everybody remember, during the 6 million downloads, you can get an extra batch of monthly XPs from DaVinci Shop if you got the prisms.
What? Excuse me.
Yeah, it's in the notes. You can get some extra XPs.
I'm
I have to buy those
right
later
now.
because I need that shit.
I need that shit
I
now.
was like looking at
Excuse
it,
me,
like
girls,
looking at my all slots, and I'm like, oh, poor Martha and Gorgon. You guys are both at like 73, and that's a weird number to be at. I'll have to fix that sometime.
I need to level a lewd nun, excuse me.
Oh yeah, well you get some new shit.
Yeah, okay, real talk, I want to say I actually pat myself on the back. I actually kept up really good with these new servants because I was able to max level Suzuka, Lip, BB, Suzuka, Lip, and Melt. And it's like I did like 4 servants like over the event. And I think that's pretty damn good for me. Yeah.
All my effort went into either making Summer Martha punch ready or BB at the end because that was a mission goal.
Right,
but yeah, so like that's another thing. Like appreciate your lower rarities, especially if you don't roll a lot and get a lot of high levels. And like some of them work out better than others because I was like trying to think of how can I make my 3-turn farming team completely self-sufficient because I have like 3 K-scopes now for some reason.
Do you have a waiver?
Yeah, I do. No, I mean like yeah, that was it. My problem is not charging. My problem was not having enough K-scopes to charge everybody.
Yeah.
I have so normally I use a Raikou with the K-scope because there are plenty of those. Some people even have max limit break K-scopes, just like you don't need fucking anything. That's the perfect 3rd turn. But I'm like, how do I do that when I don't know, people are just assholes and they all have max level Bond Hercs in their Berserk slot today, which helps me not at all on farming. I'm like, I'm not doing bosses right now, guys. That doesn't help me at all. But I'll move along. So
level up my nun.
Go, nun, go. I can do that now, and I'm like, who do I put in there? I've got like a Spartacus, and I've got like Eric Bloodaxe, and I'm like, they're okay, but I don't necessarily like that their stats are kind of low by default, right? Because they're low tier bronzes, and like you can do Spartacus a little bit of a self charge, but like I don't know. Like,
I think Burn actually said something like you can actually do it with a Spartacus. Eric Bloodaxe.
Yeah, you can do it super budget, but you like max level all those guys out. So we're actually getting some feedback from Artemis in the chat. So I'll actually explain it. So my strat, my current 3-turn farming team is right up front in 1, 2, and 3. Waver, Lancelot with K-scope, Arash with Imaginary Element. Arash goes first, and then he cycles in to number 4, which, like I said, number 4. Switch hitter is usually, like I said, support Raikou, but sometimes you can't get good AoE berserkers on support. So I was like, what do I do to replace this? And then it hit me. Oh shit, I've got NP2 Fran with like her interlude done. I need to level her skills, but shit, she's made for that. Give her a K-scope, she'll do fine. So I'm like, oh, that's good. That's a good thing to do. Pivot in.
You see, like mine, mine's a little bit more simpler because, as I said, I am a fat whale. And I have 2 max limit breaks K-scopes, and I'm working on my 3rd. I think I got like 2 pips in. But even then, my setup is first is Kiyohime, then Tomacat, and I have a Waver, and then I have Cha-Cha, actually. And
yeah, Cha-Cha's okay. She's done all right for me, but to me, I'm just like, but she's not quite as, she's only 70 out of 80.
Oh yeah, mine's 80 out of 80, so she's able to clear. She's like, I don't think she's had a miss on clearing the turn 3 hands yet. So
and like that's the same reason why like it didn't jump out at me because I could also like it's Fran's unusual. She's one of my actually all the way 80/80 servants. Like it's like no, I made sure to get her all the way up right away, and I have she's an NP2. That's like for instance why I didn't put Kat in is because I think I'm at like level 60 something for Kat. I didn't quite get her leveled up all the way before CCC, and then it was like, well, shoot, I have new people to level now.
Yeah, this is the struggle,
the eternal struggle. That's why poor Castergill's only like I got him a while ago, but he's still only like 3 dots, 3 pips in, because it's just like, well, dude, I don't have time. I'll get to you later.
It's like peace,
and he's just like, fuck, whatever. I'm on vacation. I don't have to do work. And I'm like, cool, you do you, bro.
I said, I just got me a caster girl too. Like, God fucking damn it. But
Good old permanents. Permanent servants. They're a lot of fun. I like that you can get them someday, but sometimes sometimes they get you.
I was like, I appreciate that you showed up, but God, couldn't you have waited until like after I was done with this?
Yeah.
But yeah, actually, interestingly enough, like my Kiyuhime is probably gonna be my next servant that hits Bond 10.
Yeah, I use Kyo a lot. I'd have to double check. Part of my problem was the lack of K-scope, so it was like, shit, I would have needed a self-charger. Now that I've got, like I said, 3, so I have enough. I also have 3 2030s, kids, plebs.
You see, I went next tier, and I fucking max limit breaked my fragments to 2030.
That's a lot of fragments.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I should probably just throw them in there to increase the level cap on my first one. I'm never going to actually waste the points to use 2 2030s.
And that's the thing. It's all like, as much as like that would be awesome, like if I'm trying to generate crit stars, I would bring out like Atalante or
there are
Jack
so many servants who do it great. Bring fucking Hans. Hans will do it for free.
Yeah, so it's like I think like 2030 is good when I need to I think 2030 is good when I need to get that extra boost of stars.
Right, 2030 is good because it's a high level consistency and it's just like every turn I'm gonna get a little bit of stars and I know I need those stars to make this team work.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're building a team where you're like these people have to crit,
yeah,
there it is. That's well you got your stars, but otherwise that's unlike K-scope where every 80% is useful.
Mm-hmm. It's like I didn't like start max limit breaking my K-scopes until I had 3
because it's like God, wow, you need that shit.
Yeah.
Whoops! Accidentally clicked on Liz stage.
Oh no,
it's not terrible. But usually Liz stage is full of people, so if you don't know our Discord, Liz stages, I built a custom channel to invite the Lizbot, which was made by the FGO subreddit, and it's a very useful tool. It's super cool, and that I have it muted. Yeah, I have that channel muted too. That's the whole point. It's also in slow mode. You can only post every 10 seconds. But basically, I built it as a standalone channel because I quickly realized, people are going to use this all the time. Hey, guess what? People use it all the time. So sometimes you click in there and you're like, that's a lot of shit.
I got lost in the menus. Good job, me. Alright. Let's see here. So, actually,
we're just joshing. Let's see, what time is it? We're at 50 minutes. We could wrap the show.
I want to hit an hour at least.
Alright, we'll extend it to an hour. We'll josh for 10 more minutes. Let's see, we're talking about rank ups. I think I said this earlier, but I love that it seems that so far all the new rank ups are only 3 pips and they're half AP right now.
Oh my god, I really should do those.
Perfection.
Like before, they changed their fucking mind.
Yeah, no, do them. Like I didn't do Sansons right away because I was like, I don't use my Sanson. But I'll do it later for the quartz. Ah shit, I should get Benkei out of the way too. That's like I have that one rank up lingering. He's literally the only one I haven't done on list because just like I'm never gonna fucking use Benkei. Who needs that guy? But it's 1 quartz. It's 1 quartz.
Oh, so
it's half AP
this is what I meant. This is what I meant to talk about when I was mentioning my setup. My setup is the way it is because I could put in higher, but I like keeping 1 slot available for me to shove in an SSR so I can fucking farm bond on them.
Oh yeah, that's my team has my 3-turn team has a blank slot to farm bond. Whoever's my low bond goes in that back slot.
Yeah. Because right now, it is the Loot Nun who is we are farming for.
That's how I raised BB to Bond 3 in time to complete the missions. Just stick her in the back. Waiver carries called a lunchtime.
Mm-hmm.
And just power through. And if I don't have anybody to get to Bond 5, then it's probably put Jean or put Jolter back there. They're close. I think my Ishtar is getting really close to Bond 6. I think it's her 6th pip. So that'll be some quartz. And that's cool to me that obviously shows that, hey, guess what? Once I got to Ishtar, I started to use her a lot. Because she's, I have fucking 4 and 5 stars who I've had since launch who aren't all the way through. Jean is very close though. She's Bond 9. That's me pushing. But now that she's debuff free, it's gonna be ooh, even more cruise control.
Bring in that arts meta.
Yeah, the problem is I don't have a lot of good other arts. My generic. I mean, now that I got Caskill, he's good for that. so I can do a little bit of like the AoE stuff. I need a good arts hitter, and that means I need certain enemies, because like, if they're like a writer or something, Shiki's really good, obviously. I got Lancelot, so if they're a Lancer, they're fucked. I just got my Lancelot to level 80, actually. Finally, it took me a while to get there, but like he's all the way up there, Saberlot. Both my Lancelots are level 80, ready to roll, rock and roll.
Artemis is the same John, BB,
That's true, I do have BB now, and she is NP5. That's neutral damage most of the time. That's probably a good team. The thing is, I don't have Tomo. That's a permanent... I've been very unlucky with casters. Well, I shouldn't say that. I got Merlin in a single 10 pull, so I'm not that unlucky, but like, my only 2 5-star casters are Waver, Merlin. Yeah, but the problem is, I've noticed this, supports are super sketchy. Like, y'all, you guys are kind of weird sometimes, y'all. Like, I'm just saying that. Like, someday you'll get, like, everybody has their favorites, right? You have the people who constantly log in, they jump to the top, and you're like, oh, yep, there's a Tomo I can count on. I can tell that you've done all your skill interludes and, like, your NPs, your multiple NPs. God bless anybody with a Grail to 100 serve, and I'm like, well, guess what? You're getting a lot of friend points, bub, because you got the extra mile. And I hope people feel like that when they see my Mortar to the top of the list.
Flex. Abs!
Oh, shoot, that reminds me. If I'm getting a lot of Archer XP, I need to go ahead and feed Ishtar her second Grail, since I was just talking about how much I love using her. We gotta go all the way. We gotta go up to 94 at least. But boy, howdy, I feel my QP crying from here. I have a lot of it,
yeah,
but I still feel it crying. It's trembling.
People are always asking me, Lucky, what are you gonna use your Grails on? I'm like, I'm not losing any of my Grails until I have all my Tomos at max level and 10, 10, 10. So it's gonna be a while.
Use the QP.
Yeah,
we need to make like especially if we could do animated. Well, we can do animated ones. I just can't use them yet. I should probably solve that sometime and just get Discord Nitro. But anyway,
hey man, no, you should get Discord Nitro because you get free fucking games.
That's also cool. Not that I need them, because you were talking about, KOTOR 1 and 2. I'm like, I already have those. I love those games. I bought KOTOR twice.
Actually, it has a bunch of other Star Wars games too.
It's really interesting. What the fuck? Who is calling me? Nobody calls me. They're gonna leave a voicemail I can't access to. Nobody has my fucking phone number.
One day I'm just gonna call him. I have Omega's phone number. One day I'm just gonna call him.
Well, yeah, you have my old phone number. This problem.
Damn it!
I still have your contact information still saved, so maybe I should send you a message from my new phone and be like, yo, just me. But you'd show up as Lucky then, is the problem, not a random local number.
Yeah.
Well, that's the problem with, phones. Anyway, where were we? We were talking about rank ups and arts.
The eternal hell that is QP.
Oh yeah, I was just talking about how we need to make a quivering QP emote. Just your QP vibrating in terror. Because that is its life. You mine it out of doors, and then you immediately throw it away. You throw away tens of thousands or millions of them. Also, that reminds me, I cleaned up our emotes.
Genocide.
I like almost all of the old just servant profiles I took out because we never fucking used them. I left Ulu because people do that.
I've been
and I kept Dragon Mom in.
I do phase some out.
I just took a fucking axe to it because somebody commented about the phrasing of the Astolfo one. I'm like, I just realized we have like a shitload of these. I don't even need these. Why are they here?
Yeah.
So like Golden Works, people do that all the time. The newer ones, like the Tomo one, the Jaguamura, I've had a lot of mileage out of Thomas Sip. Also, one of our community members gave us a mostly transparent wallet kun.
Mm-hmm.
I dare say, though, I think the most popular are the abs and boner ones you did.
Definitely boner.
And maybe the foes. Also, I find it ironic what the community decides to like, because like I put a shitty friend point icon as friendship a long time ago. People do that all the time now. And like I'm glad that finally caught on as like a unity thing.
Oh yeah, when people agree on anything, it's just like friendship, and it's like this is hard.
That said, I do feel like sometimes people use the 0 days incorrectly. You only declare 0 days when it has been 0 days since Screaming Cowboy.
Yeah, I haven't done that in a
Rule
while.
Breaker gets used a lot. Also, people use Who Boy a lot.
But
I'm not sure they use it in multiple contexts, which is weird. I'm like, is that a Who Boy situation? Because it's Sojiro going Who Boy. Actually, I don't know. I have that button. I could literally play that sound clip for people.
People also use Fluffy just randomly too.
Well, that's just because that's just great. I think I'm the only one who uses Medic, which we need to make transparent. But that's just Nightingale's shouting face. It's like Medic! Quartz gets used a lot, but that's obvious. Sometimes tickets get used. And then
Quartz gets used a lot, but it's fucking quartz.
Yeah. That's why it's there. Like that's like the most obvious. I bet every FGO related Discord server has to have a just a blank transparent quartz, because how could you not? That's like the fundamental thing. Anyway, yeah.
I remember seeing on eBay. I remember seeing on eBay someone actually had like a Grailing and St. Quartz prop. I should get that just at some point. Hang on. I gotta post it.
He's looking for stuff. Okay. But yeah, so we're much like the dicking around we've done in this episode. FGO's in kind of a dicking around phase where it's like, okay, we're waiting. Like, it's not even a new event that's coming up next; it's a rerun. That said, it's going to be a popular rerun because Rashomon was our first raid. It'll be super fun for veterans to get to flex their servants, and like, you know, you've had like a whole year to build your team comp and get some new units and stuff, and like see some fun stuff. Also, it'll be fun for you guys who've only started playing recently. I know that there are some people who've only been started playing in this past year to like get to try out some of that raid shit. Because that was those are a lot of fun to talk about. I wonder if I'll be able to go up to. I bet I can go up to 3 BP now. I've got a Merlin and a Jolter. I could do fucking anything if I cheese hard enough. I think was my original setup. I'm pretty sure the original Rashomon was post counterfeit servants, so I did have Jolter already, and then I think it was Hans and Leonidas was what I had, which was a good team for the 2 BP.
I don't remember if I did the 3 BP. It's been so long.
You might have, but I don't know. It's been a long time. Definitely be able to try it at least.
I fully feel like I'm about to curb stomp Simone here.
Also, hey, it's a great raid up that's coming up. It's Shoot and Returns, and also you're getting Ibaraki again on the same raid up, because Ibaraki wasn't actually playable until Onagaishima, but with the reruns they shuffled around the raid up. So I'm going to dump those tickets I'm getting from the Millions campaign into there, and maybe I get an AoE assassin, but mostly I want that Oni. Not that I need another single target berserker looks at my NP3 Beowulf and my high level Herc. Like Herc is such a great unit. I'm glad I picked him as my second free 4-star. That was a really good pick, and because I rolled Martha naturally later, so now I have all the launch 5 stars or 4 stars. I don't know. Actually, who are the launch 5 stars? I don't have all of them because I don't have Vanilla Saber, but I think I might have a lot of them.
I think it was Artoria.
Altera. Got Altera. I got a Waver. Waver was launched, right?
I think it was Gil. It was Gil.
No, Gil's limited.
Oh, that's right. No, he wasn't launched. Damn it.
He was very shortly after launch as a promo, but he's limited.
Yeah.
Jean.
Your Lancers? I don't know. There was no Lancers either. Riders was Drake, I'm pretty sure.
Drake wasn't in at launch.
Wasn't she? No, did she only come out in
I think she only came out in Okeanos. Hold on, I'll pull up the servant list. We're gonna go back in time.
She was our launch SSR.
Yeah, listen. We know the launch lineup was kind of fucked up, but I'm going back in time here. All right, so let's.
I know Tamamo wasn't in it. I don't think we had any 5-star assassins either.
We definitely did not. That wasn't until Jack. All right, I'm looking at the IDs. So let's see, 5 stars. Altera was launch. Regular Saber was launch. No, there was no 5-star Archer or Lancer at launch. I'm just scrolling through the IDs. There wasn't a 5-star Rider. It was Mary and Martha were our gold. There was Waver.
Oh, Waver. I knew.
Yeah, Waver's a caster.
John was a launch. I know that.
Yeah. Vlad. And I don't have Vlad 3. Yeah, Vlad's the other one.
So we only had like 5.
Yeah. Jean d'Arc.
Nuts.
Vlad 3. I'm scrolling. Waver.
John, Vlad, Waver, Artoria, and Alteria.
So I have several of those. I don't have Vlad or Vanilla Saber yet either. Okay. Anyway, so I have all the launch 4 stars now, but Herc is like they're not kidding when they say Herc's a great unit. Like you don't even his bond CE really makes him, but you don't even necessarily need to go that far. Just slap a volume in on that bitch and just go to town. Like for a berserker, his survivability is so remarkable and just clutch plays. Like I'll just fucking triple buster you. Fuck it. Slam. Just I have had so much Herc as my not even my anchor, my end point. Like my final servant is always either in a hard quest anyways, always either Mash or Herc, basically. And like Herc's great for clutch plays. Hey, there's an audience participation. Let us. Who are your clutch players? Like who's the servants you always put in those final slots when you're like, well, and if everything else, everybody I assume who plays FGO more than a little bit casually, like who actually tries a decent amount, has a little bit of like, all right, this is gonna, you have your master plan. This is gonna be my setup. I'm gonna do this with these people. I've got these guys. You put a little bit of effort into it. Who's always in that last slot when you're like, and if this plan goes tits up, this is my back line. Who's in your very back? Let us know. So yeah, I blonked. We're at over an hour now, Lucky.
All right, cool. I said we can safely
outro.
Yep.
So I will mention Teach Omega Sensei. The poll is over. It ended this week. Yeah. In a not quite landslide, but in a significant victory. What was going on in CCC 1? So look for that probably next week. I'm gonna have to fucking read some guides. I don't think I can watch the entire playthrough, unfortunately. I was looking at that playlist the other day for something to do while like grinding Girls Frontline or Azure Lane or something. I'm like, God, there are so many videos in this playlist. And it's subbed, so I'd have to read it. So I'm like, I don't know if I have time for all that. But I'll do some reading. Here's a good one.
Research requires more research. Enhance! Sorry, I'm shoving embers down my nun's throat here.
I bet she likes it.
Don't worry, yeah, but don't worry, she likes it.
We both went there. We both knew.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what's coming up next. Other than that, I don't think there'll be anything in particular next week. Like, obviously, we'll talk about anything that got announced at the panel. Mm-hmm. We will mention anything else that comes out of like JP. We're gonna avoid spoilers because there's gonna be some polling and stuff with the community and so on. So there's no point in us talking about it. It's a whole bunch of just narrative stuff, and it's like, well, that's a whole shitload of translated stuff we're not gonna read. So, if it be cool, it'd be cool.
Be cool, yo.
And we'll let you know about anything future. Though that event won't be over by next show. And yeah, I guess that's it. We'll see what happens. We'll come back to you. At the very least, talking about CCC will probably give me a big, long, 30 minutes to yak about.
I'll actually probably pay attention.
But
I think my goal.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think my goal here now is to basically collect all the Sakura faces. So yes, so I am invested.
All right. Well, in that case, we'll go ahead and wind down the show. And I will let you know that if you like this episode, give it a like. If you have any comments, leave them in the comment section down below. Who's your last team anchor? Who's the last man in when all this has failed? And you can also join our Discord, who we shilled heavily in this episode. That link is in our description. It's fun here. You don't even have to talk to us. There's whole shitloads of people who aren't us who you can talk to.
Let me see here. Right now, we have...
You can literally talk to them, too. This has really taken off in, the past month or so. We've got a pretty heavy voice chat culture that has emerged.
Yeah, we have 66 online. We have, several people in the general voice chat right now. FGO, let's talk FGO is going on. If you want to talk about gacha games in general, we have a pretty big community there. Anime and manga. Video games in general.
Yeah, our gacha games channel is mostly just a support group for people horribly brutalized by Girls Frontline and Azure Lane right now. And if you have been horribly brutalized by Fire Emblem Heroes also, we got people for you, trust me.
Oh, yeah. Remember, gacha game was originally made because people would not shut up about Fire Emblem and how much it sucked.
Yeah, that, a little bit was I wanted to, push off Grand Blue Fantasy 2 because I'm I'm not gonna get into Grand Blue. I'm waiting for, I think that was about the time Girls Frontline was gonna come out. I'm waiting for new stuff to come out on my own. So, we'll separate it off, but yeah, it's out there. And sometimes people talk about other stuff, like idle games and things. Not a lot, but you totally can. Nobody will stop you. We've got a moving pictures one that's pretty good. People ask for books, and they don't use it a lot. I could probably use it more, but I haven't been reading anything new lately. But we love books. You can talk about books here. We have a music channel, which I've realized that some people don't understand is about music, but it totally is. And we have the secretive and vaunted Hella Not Safe for Work, which is in fact Hella Not Safe for Work. Don't complain.
Yes, latest picture in here, a bunch of diagrams of tentacles.
Which I said, I don't know if this is necessarily explicit, but it feels grody.
Literally on the one titled Penis Head, there is a stamp that says heresy on it.
Yeah,
But,
it's censored,
I
but
saved
at the
this-
same time, it's like, that's a lot of detail.
That's a lot of detail. And I saved it. I put it in a refs called Tentacles.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did.
We also have a pure video games. If you play games that are not gacha related, you just want to talk about whatever. That's got a pretty. It comes in spurts, but that's got a pretty.
Usually
solid.
when news happens, like video game news or scandal or whatever,
We talk
that's
about
where
stuff,
people run to. Yeah.
or people chat about like if you want game recommendations.
Even occasionally we have people give away games in there.
It's a whole community package. And hey, if you want to be part of our community, and if you haven't already, please sub to the channel. You can always get our latest videos and our other stuff we release. Like I know we didn't explore very deeply like what's going on with 6 million downloads. We mostly just kind of chatted about it aimlessly. Hey, that's because I released a news video like right away after it was announced, which gave you the whole rundown from top to bottom. Which came out like at 2:00 in the morning, so that's a good reason to sub. And also a good reason to hit that bell for notifications so you always know when we post a new video. Or when we stream, because Lucky streams now. Oh, actually, we're recording today. You're going to stream later, aren't you?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, give me about like an hour, probably like 5 o'clock PST. Probably gonna start streaming some Stardew Valley. I might actually get everything working properly this time. So
yeah, double check your latency feature.
Yeah,
I think some of that is just because you check chat on your phone, so there's extra lag, but also there's a lot of fucking lag.
I gotta maybe I could maybe hook up my second monitor again, but
You'll figure out something. It's your streaming setup. You do what's comfortable for you. I wanted to that's why I was like, I'm not saying like you're doing something bad here. I just want you to know there's a lot of latency. It sometimes takes you like 2 minutes to see a response in the chat and talk about it.
Yeah,
which is a little rough.
My main issue was trying to get the audio and visuals looking okay.
But yeah, we're learning stuff. We're streaming. Lucky streaming. So obviously, if you're listening to this on YouTube, you have missed it already. But hey, it's archived. You can go back and watch it, or just tune in on those days when we record. We usually record Friday. I was now that it's come up with the conversation, I was gonna actually say this offline, but I need to tell Lucky that we probably can't record What's Up tomorrow because I got company coming and a family.
Oh, that's
so
fine. I probably
Sunday.
can't record tomorrow anyway. I gotta go fucking go die again.
Oh, you gotta go dig a hole?
Not gonna go dig a hole. I gotta go do more tile work in the bathroom.
Oh, okay. Well, that's too bad. The digging a hole. The hole Lucky is way more interesting than tile Lucky.
What?
Hopefully, Lucky in the hole can come back in What's Up on Sunday.
Oh, just me and my fucking just anger at being.
Yeah, no, like you went a little, not full blown, but you went a little bit Lucky Rants in the hole. Like obviously you were phone posting, so it wasn't as fast, but like no, there was a little bit. Also, hey, as it says in the front of the show, you can consider supporting us on Patreons. You can get this episode early in audio format for as little as $1 a month. You can help support us in general to get better tech and better gear and figure this shit out. So we can stream better, we can record better, we can do better and cooler stuff. Also, at certain levels, you can listen to the episode live, like several people are doing right now.
Yay.
Hi, guys. You can chat with us. And it really helps us out, like I said. All right, I think that's everything. Lucky, this is usually where you say something pithy, because I don't know how to end videos. Seriously, if you listen to half the shit I make.
Like, I don't know why you think I say something pithy. I just usually say something stupid and we hit the end record button. Like now.